Hey everybody, this is Drew, and today I'm going to be reviewing Iris Stuff Hall. Iris Stuff Hall is developed by Next Studios and published by PM Studios. It releases today on Xbox. It's available on Xbox One and Xbox Series and S and X, and it's also a ID at Xbox title. This game is a puzzle adventure game where you play as this little girl named Iris, and in this game you are going to be following this little cat that kind of helps you along the way, and you're in a what I would call a rundown theater type of place, and you are in a world where you can manipulate the environment using shadows and also the light. And this is kind of the main thing about the game, is that you're basically gonna utilize the differences between light and darkness in order to figure out how to complete the puzzles. Um, the game is pretty straightforward on showing you what you need to do, but I think most of this game is really about the art style and about like being immersed in what the game is actually doing. The puzzles are very unique to each level, and they are interesting and relatively not too difficult to figure out, but they aren't the easiest puzzles I've ever seen either. A couple of them are easier and a couple of them are harder. Um, but they're designed to be pretty fair, I think. The game is is really good if you can play with headphones, because the music really alludes to what the story is trying to tell. This experience is also really interesting because it uses black and white mechanics with light and shadows, and it also has a 2D and 3D kind of effect depending on which area you're in and how it's going about showing you like a puzzle or the story itself. I just really enjoyed this game. The only drawback the game really has is that it's relatively short. But again, it's just a nice little experience. Let me talk about that light and shadow system again. I just think it's really cool because, for instance, like in the first level, you're gonna like take this I don't know, teeter totter or something of that nature, and you can switch the direction of it, and then you can turn to your shadow form, and you'll be able to walk across the shadow and get to a higher platform that you couldn't get before in order to find something that you need. I just think that's a really cool mechanic. I don't know, I haven't seen much anything like it before. I'm sure there are games out there that are similar, have some not similar, but have some similar type of mechanic. But I just thought it was really cool. Also, also the art style, it's kind of a gothic, like I'm not sure what to really call it, but it's a really cool art style as well. And so it's just a very aesthetically pleasing game to look at, and even to listen to the music, like I mentioned before. Overall, I'm gonna give the game an 8.5 out of 10. It's just a fun game overall. I did check on Steam, and the price is $14.99, so it might be that on Xbox as well. And for what the game is, I think it's pretty fair. I, I wish that the game was a little bit longer and had more to it, but because when I got to the end, I was a little bummed by the, the, the distance of the game. But I mean, overall, the game was fun, and it has really interesting puzzles and a very interesting little thing that's got going on. And so I just really enjoyed it. I mean, I do recommend watching the cutscenes as well, and I think you'll like it. Let me get into the achievements. The achievements are pretty easy, but they're not too easy. Like, there's some missable ones, and you will have to kind of look at those in order to make sure you pick them all up if you want to get all of them. But they are pretty straightforward, and basically completing the game and then doing certain things, and then completing certain puzzles without making a mistake, things of that nature. Uh, like I said, overall the game is it's a nice little experience, and so you will enjoy getting the achievements as well. If you look later today, we will be putting an achievement guide out for the game, and that'll be here on the channel, and that'll be linked in the description as well. So make sure to check that out. Obviously, it won't be linked until it comes out, and that should come out at 4 p.m. EST. So make sure to look for that. So I just really highly recommend the game, and I think that most people, depending on what kind of games you like, you'll probably like it. So make sure to consider checking it out. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and let us know what you think in the description. And have a nice day.